The perimeter of a rectangle is 48 feet. The short side has a length of 4.5 feet, and the long side has a length of x plus 5.5 feet, and we are to solve for x. What I like to do when I get these problems is to start off by drawing a diagram. So this rectangle, which is a very ugly rectangle, will have a short side of 4.5 feet and a long side of x plus 5.5. Now, we know because it's a rectangle that this side right here is also going to have a side of 4.5 feet, and this top side will have the same length as this. We're also told about the perimeter. The perimeter is 48 feet, and the perimeter is the total length around all four sides. In other words, this side plus this side plus this side plus this side. Let's make an equation that shows this. We're going to have to write a lot of stuff, but it'll be worth it. So we have a total perimeter of 48 feet, and that is equal to the sum of all the other four sides. So let's start by writing our short sides. 4.5 plus 4.5, well, that's going to give us 9. And adding x plus 5.5 plus another top, x plus 5.5. So what we've done here is we've taken each piece and we've added it all together. So we have the top and we have the bottom and we've added everything up and it's equal to 48. We've ended up with a big mess of numbers. Luckily, we have a lot of like terms that we can combine. All these numbers on the right side of the equation we can combine. So 4.5 plus 4.5 is going to give us 9, and 5 plus 5 and 5 plus 5 is going to give us 11, and so if we add those up, we're going to get 20. So let's simplify this. 48 is equal to 20, because we've added up all our numbers. Now we need to combine our like terms. We have an x here and an x here. Well, x plus x is 2x. That looks a lot simpler. Now, we have a couple of options here for how we can proceed, but the way that I like doing it is by taking the terms here and subtracting 20 from both sides so that I'm left with only an x on this side. So I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. Before I do that, I'm going to give myself a little more room here and shove this over. Okay. So I'm going to subtract 20 from this side. Because I've subtracted 20, 20 minus 20 becomes 0, and it will leave us with only the x on this side. But if we subtract 20 from this side, then we also have to add in a subtract 20 or a negative 20 to the other side. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Well, let's simplify this out. Negative 20 plus 48, or that's the exact same thing as saying 48 minus 20, gives us 28. So we get a positive 28 is equal to 2x. Well, what we have here now is a 2 that's preventing us from having x equals. And it's 2 times x. Well, we want to get rid of that 2. And the best way to do that is to divide by 2. Because 2 divided by 2 is 1. And, well, 1 times anything doesn't change it. So that will end up canceling off and we'll just end up with an x. But because I divided by 2 to the right side of the equation, I also have to divide by 2 on the left side of the equation. That is one of the most important rules of algebra. Well, what happens now is that we can cross some stuff out. So this 2 divided by 2 becomes 1, and so then we're left with x equals, and 28 divided by 2 gives us 14. So we get 14 is equal to x. In other words, x is equal to 14, and that is our final answer. So just to recap what we did, we realized we were dealing with the perimeter, and they gave us the perimeter. That triggered a keyword in our mind that we were going to need to add up all four sides. So we put in all four sides, the two short sides and the two long sides. Then we simplified it by adding up all the big numbers. So all the numbers here we combined, and we got 20, and the x's we put together. Then we simplified by doing whatever we did to one side, we had to do to the other. And we did that until we ended up with x by itself.